So Brian, UFC on ESPN 9 tomorrow. The weigh-in is now over.
Yes, it is.
And we're just less than 24 hours away from this UFC event. So, what do you think about the matchups? What do you think about the event? And regarding the odds, what can you tell us?
Well, yeah, the weigh-ins were earlier today, and for the most part, they went over without much of a hitch. One thing that really stood out to me was that Tyron Woodley, the headliner, somebody who traditionally walks around up around 200 pounds, even though he's fought, pretty much his entire career as a welterweight, was the first on the scale.
Mm-hmm.
First on the scale of 22 fighters, and he jumps on there really quick and makes weight, which to me really, really, really says something about his seriousness, his fitness overall. So I thought that was a really good sign. And he actually didn't, as you can look here, which you can only see so much, obviously, because you can't see his nose and his mouth because he's covered for COVID-19 protection. But he doesn't even look drained. He looks pretty good, so I think that was something that stood out to me. His opponent, Gilbert Burns, made weight. He shouldn't ever have a hard time making weight. He's fought at 155 for a long period of time, so 170 is probably so much easier of a cut for him, if there's even a cut at all or much of a cut at all. So that was that. Now, we did have one fighter miss weight, and that is Brock Weaver, who I talked about in our preview before. He missed by 1.5 pounds. Now, in contrast, we talked about how good Woodley looked. If you look in Brock Weaver's eyes here, it looks like he tried to make weight and couldn't do it. If you just
Brian, where's the fight?
The fight is in Las Vegas.
Right. So is the fight taking place?
Yes, the fight is taking place. He's going to be penalized 20% of his purse, for not making weight. But there's a couple different ways to miss weight. You miss weight because you say, "Hey, I'm not even going to tax myself like that to try to make it. I know I'm not going to make it, so I'm not even going to bother." And then I'm close enough to the point where I'm going to try, but I may or may not make it. And this Brock Weaver, from the looks of him here, it looks like it's the latter. It looks like he tried and couldn't get down anymore, not healthily. So it'll be interesting to see how he rehydrates back up and how much endurance and fitness he has when he steps into the octagon with this man, which is Roosevelt Roberts, who's a guy that I identified as one of two that I believe future champions on this card, or future potential champions at least. You
liked his boxing skills.
I like his overall game because he's a fantastic grappler and submissions guy as well too. But all fights start on the feet, and he can absolutely handle himself there for sure. So those are the things that stood out for me from a weigh-in standpoint.
Well, before you talk about the odds, so you said Woodley jumped on first,
right?
And that made you feel that he was good, or that, because you could look at it another way, that he just needed to get on there because weight cut maybe it was difficult, just wanted to get on there and then get to the replenishment part.
Well, the reason why I felt like he was good is because from my experience looking at mixed martial arts, the longer it takes guys or girls to get on the scale, it's because they're pushing this joint all the way as far as they can push it. You don't generally see a main eventer on the scale first. Like, that just doesn't normally happen. They don't,
unless they're really struggling, and unless they made weight and they just want to get on and get to replenishment.
Like, like you're saying. So as soon as I know I'm on weight, let's go.
Because they can feel terrible. They just want to get on and start replenishment.
It could be that, and it absolutely could be that. But he just didn't look like he was compromised. Right. So if he had stumbled up there and stuff, I've seen some really disturbing images of people making weight, but he didn't look like that. So that is just kind of, and then just his overall mindset that he's been pretty much showing us leading up to this point. I had every confidence that he looked to be pretty good. So we'll find out for sure on Saturday, though.